Welcome back, ladylads and gentlelads, to what is hopefully going to be the final episode of Crying Suns, unless I screw something up yet again. Knock on wood. Anywho, we're moving on. We no longer really have much of a use for money, as was proven last episode, and what was our path again through this sector? Oh yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, bam, bam. Or 1, 2, 3, bam, bam. Yeps. Tao Xuan Wu. What do you have in store for Oos? An Aki ship? Unfortunate. Well, unfortunate for the Aki ship, anyway. Especially given that it spawned turrets for us. Now, Boomer and 2 fighters, that's okay. We can deal with, well, we can deal with the Boomer and then we can deal with the fighters. We'll organize ourselves like that, put the Implier out on the field just because it makes things go way faster for us. Okay, come on. We need to do the interception. Let's go. Oh. Oh. What rotten luck. Well, we'll turn you off for a moment. Have you get dealt with by the frigates. And what's our incoming reinforcements? Ghost fighters. Okay, okay. I mean, I can live with it. I'm gonna leave the dark matter cannon alone for now. Anyway, send you out. And we'll, send out another frigate to act as home guard, honestly. And it'll be this one. Until then, lock down the squadron's bay. Fine, I didn't want to move anyhow. Yes, yes, attack it, and attack it quickly. Now destroy it quickly so you can get bunced. You get bunced. I don't appreciate that, however. And we'll zone you. Perfect. Attack you, so it just makes life easier for everyone. Maybe I should have attacked the boomers instead. So far, everything is fine. Lock you down once again. Cool, please deal with it. I think I'm gonna take some damage. I took some damage. However, the most important one, stay alive, and I completely forgot to bring you into the fight. I'm sorry. Oh, that's a critical stupid on. Right. I guess we're continuing to play the home game. Aha. Alright. I guess, you go back inside? Okay, fine. I bricked this a tiny bit. Yes. Oh no, I said get back inside. We need other things on the field right now. Like the following. Okay, okay. Cool, you can go back inside, get yourselves healed. Implier, back onto the field. Hasty-like. Now, frigates. You're important too. Or, you know, just attack it. Thank you. Yeah, a bit of a sloppy fight, I gotta admit. I could have done that one a bit better, hopefully, but, well, there's the hopefully. Pre-recorded transmission from House Telos. Once again, join the Navy, buy an Omni, we don't care. The Navy's a corrupt piece of garbage, and the other stuff isn't that fun either. Between 0 and 3. I'm going to take this one. Hopefully, with Anton, we survive the Kosh Mech scenario. And unlock an achievement for it, perhaps. Though first we get a Piercer Laser Mark II, which we're equally happy with. Piloting, Demolition, Erudition. That's what we actually needed. Okay. Can't say I'm too content with that. Regardless, we're still making fat stacks. And Neo and Fuel. Oh, thank Buddha. Taking us up to 7. Exactly the sort of thing I wanted to see. Now then, upgrades-wise. Okay, there's no achievement for it. A bit sad, but okay. Anyway, we'll move on to Zadar. Hopefully we'll find something... delightful. Maybe. I don't know. A healing station. Nobody is hurt. And so they decided to hurt someone. Okay. Why? Well, isn't that spiteful of you? Okay, shipyard on the way. We'll head to this anomaly first. Okay, we've got some things to think about. We just got a free Tesla Generator XL, which is fantastic. Abandoned Auto Factory. What's the best? 0 and 2? Okay. 0 and 2, 57% chance, though. You have the best numbers. Alright, what's your face? I forget your name already. Vasilisa Ivanova. You get to take this mission. Beauty. Let's keep going. And it was a pretty decent haul. Could have been a bit better, but I'll take 160 scrap. Especially given we're moving on to a shipyard next. Now then. It's one of our own! Uh-huh, it's Admiral Ellis Idaho. Oh, we're a lunatic. End of transmission. At least we don't have to fight him. Lots of Neo and fuel. Let's repair that. Instant loader. Yes! This is very important. Longbow cruiser. I want it. I'm willing to sell to get it. Now then. Mark 1 cruiser prototype. We no longer need cash quite as badly. Piercer Laser Mark II is going to replace Piercer Laser Mark I, which gets us the cruiser longbow. Now then. What's our weapon roster going to be looking like? 18 seconds to load, 21 seconds, 42 seconds. Plasma nuke, also 28 seconds. 25 damage versus 1 damage. Honestly, we're going to sell it. The plasma nuke is way better. The dark matter cannon, though, that one's important. Piercer Laser Mark II is definitely a thing we want around. So, the early damage, I think, is important. Although having an early plasma nuke just to do some free damage to strike craft can be very potent for us. It is a tough choice. Regardless, there is one more thing I want to take a look at, star map-wise. We have potentially 3 jumps here. So, do we want to buy Neo and fuel? I don't think we do. Mercenary outpost, ejected cryopod. I mean, maybe we'll unlock another officer. It's still the path I want to go down. Although maybe just a straight shot from here into here, and then to system. Oh well, whatever. Close that map. Let's visit the shop one more time. At the army depot, we'll make another sale, if necessary, of this thing, the pirate transponder. Although, honestly, do we need it now? 152. We might. Okay, so first things first, I want to sell this thing for the massive stack. Can I buy one? No, not yet. Then I'll sell the pirate transponder, I'll buy a fighter, and that should honestly tide us over. Heck, I'll even repair some things. I know, crazy, right? And just to be safe, you know? Just to be absolutely safe. We could have even kept the cruiser. But that's okay. That is absolutely okay for us. Dark matter cannon, not quite doing the job I wanted to, but having the zoning potential, I still think is powerful. Okay, moving on then. A cheat. Let's see what a cheat has in store for us. A pre-shutdown beacon from the Singularity. Church, that is. Only the one Neo and fuel? Do I want to go there? Not sure I do. Army Depot. I'll take a stop at the Army Depot, but fine. No, we'll hit up the anomaly. Okay, they need a skilled pilot. Let's ask a skilled pilot to transport these folk. Well, Vasilisa, you seem to have done a good job. Here's the promised reward. We are very thankful. Army Depot. Any orbiting ship? Yes. Don't attack, not yet anyway. Send in a specialist to rob the ship. I like this event. He's found a bit of scrap. Ask a specialist officer knowledgeable on pirates which door they might hide their loot behind. He was standing on it the whole time, and we just get a plus 88 for free. Now then, ooh, chain reaction cannon, heavy nuke. Does it just destroy everything? Temptation strong. Okay. The H-beam we're not using. I want to test out the heavy nuke. As inadvisable as this course of action may be, I want to try it out. Now, what else can we sell, potentially? An officer or two? Nah. I think complement-wise, even if we have the room for the Minotaurus, we shouldn't really sell anything more. Although, heavy nuke, piercer laser, we have that loaded. Maybe the plasma nuke. Plasma nuke sold for 75. Will it take us over the edge? Not quite. Having another fighter might be important, though. Sell the plasma nuke. And Vasilisa, as important as you were to the mission, we're letting you go. Cruiser Mark IV Impaler. Maybe a protector. Though this might be funny to have. I'm going with the Minotaurus fighter, however. And cool. Like that, we've successfully overthought the situation, and I'm still interested in tackling the ejected cryopod, all things considered. And it'll turn out that Vasilisa is the one we would have wanted for this thing. We'll move on. Most likely the people are beyond help. There's the ejected cryo. And a church battleship. Let's send asteroids at it. A hazardous weather event just struck the ship. Now then. Should we double Minotaurus? No. That's bad. We need to double Boomer. Okay. Anywho. I guess we'll do that then. Double the Boomers. And even a longbow cruiser, why not? Send in the biggest guns you've got. Yes, very cool. Very nice. We'll keep you in place. We'll take a bit of damage, but that's fine. Ah. Very uncool Kanye. 23 seconds until enemy reinforcements. Alright. We'll deal with that proactively. How much time do we have? 17 seconds. Let's attack the Squadron's Bay. Just have you do the damage. Perfect. Send you back here. Send you into attack again. Ooh. We might even be able to get out without much damage. Yes, 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 yes. Very good. Prepare mission to surface. Ejected cryopod. Again, losing nothing, but gaining little. Let's lose little and gain something instead. Not that it would have mattered, honestly. I didn't see much better numbers on anything else, but I might have been looking poorly. We continue our advance, naturally. And we continue our advance. And Nikita Popov. Welcome aboard. This is exactly the result I wanted. Now, Nikita, you're famous. Okay, Nikita. Now, let's head on to the army depot. We might as well. After all, we have fuel in the tank and a pirate battleship. Well, let's ambush it. Cool, nobody controls the turrets? Or nope, the enemy pirates control the turrets. Hilarious. Drone and a frigate. Okay. What should our starting roster be? Well, I think a longbow will go a long way towards victory. have a boomer sent out over here, and then have a magneto frigate? No, a shield frigate, and then a, standard frigate Mark II, I think. I want to destroy that turret before it becomes an issue, and lo and behold, the turret is destroyed. Well done, everyone. Okay. What's the deal? Yeah. You, I think, should get damaged. I think you should also get frozen. Okay, we've successfully juked the AI a bunch. Okay. Oh, very cool. Very cool Kanye. Now then, enemy reinforcements are still going to be arriving rather quickly, so I'm going to put the drones back in hangar. And then I'm going to follow this up with a bunch of, well, that was very unfriendly. Anyway, follow it up with an implier. And then we'll follow it up like that. Let's do that, followed by zoning effects. Okay. Longbow's working some magic. Beautiful. I love it. Now then. How many more squadrons? They still have a bunch to deal with. We'll actually move over a little bit, you know? Ah, that was a bit miscalculated. But that's fine. We'll make up for our misdemeanor. Okay. Very cool. Keep them zoned out a little bit. Implier, you're about to get attacked and I don't want that, so we're putting ghost fighters to deal with you. Okay, Sub-Zero Gun's gonna have to work some magic, you know? Before something bad happens. Okay. That was nearly catastrophic. Everyone back for repairs. Except the fighters. Fighters, you're okay. Ah, that didn't do a whole hell of a lot. I should have waited for the fighters. I think they got this, though. Perfect. That was a bit sketchy. But I'm glad nothing bad happened. No, not the star map. I wish the escape button wouldn't immediately take you to menu. Either way, nothing here interests us. One thing here interests us. Good, I sold the right one. I was briefly worried. Yes, Sub-Zero Gun Mark III. Much better. Now, visit shop. Does anything else interest us? No. Mark IV Impaler? What do I have currently? A Mark I Impaler. What's the difference? 20 damage to the enemy ship. Yes. Absolutely yes. Perfect. Now then, any more fuel? I don't think we need it. No, we don't really need it. Commandos, we also don't need. Everything is right in the world. God is in his heaven. I just maybe want to have a heavy nuke. I want to try it out once. Okay? I want to try it out once. So, Zeta Allram. Will you Allram us with a pirate incursion? No. Some kind of station instead. Can't we let them die in peace? Do we want to? Maybe. They don't want to be saved. It's fine. Mercenary outpost. We're not interested. Let's just go for the cluster boss. Oh, game ends nearly within reach. And here we are. Final jump point. The invisible folder. Run an analysis on the fiery planet. 99.9% toxic. Toxic. Almost no land masses, as uninviting as Gehenna, actually. Begin the folder activation protocol. Well, it does look uninviting. Something is happening. We're bridging our invisible folder. Leave now or be destroyed. Prepare to go through the folder. Oh boy. I was expecting a fight. What's on the other side? The Master Node. It's enormous. There's also a lot of ships around it. Yet somehow, whoever shut down these Omnis managed these slim odds presented by all these battleships. We're seconds away from being spotted. There has to be another way in. Run all possible scans on those ships. There must be a weakness. Automated battleship moving in fast, and it's looking mean as all hell. Combat stations. Good luck, Admiral. It's the final fight. How bad is it? Very damaged. Okay. Chain reaction cannon. I don't appreciate it. Launch nothing. EMP deluge. Okay. Beautiful. We did a bunch of damage. Now, what do we do next? Enemies still on the field. A frigate. Boomer drones, then? God, I can't even see where I'm supposed to be spawning my ships. Either way, let's put down an Implier, let's put down a longbow. Heck, let's even put down a Magneto frigate. It's a pity I couldn't get all of them at once, you know? Beautiful. Let's break on through to the other side. I have this odd feeling it's gonna be a wave attack mode, you know what I mean? You know mean. You know what I mean? Oh no, he got attacked. The poor, poor boy. Attack that thing, though. Perfect. Emergency repair on an automated system. Let's try to destroy this thing before an EMP deluge hits us, yeah? Ah. Hi there. Again, let's try zoning this thing out a bit. Perfect. One automated ship down. And it explodes spectacularly. I like it. Sir, we won, but it won't be long before a second ship comes. I see how it's gonna be. The ships form a perfect perimeter revolving around the node with no holes in their defense pattern, and yet, unless I'm mistaken, there is a narrow time frame where a ship could fly by the slightest of weaknesses. I can't explain it, but I have a feeling this defect was placed here for me to see. Admiral, this is our one chance to reach the node, but I'll need more time to figure out our speed and angle of approach. You've got 1, maybe 2 fights to do so. Our ship can't take this kind of damage. A second one, it's approaching from a different angle, sir. They're adaptive. A different mode of attack this time. The last ship's weaknesses may be this ship's strengths. We'll find out soon enough. Do we have another nuke? Active and ready to go? I think we do. Incoming missile barrage. Ah. Again, keep the field clear. Although, that's a stupid idea. We don't need to keep the field clear. The nuke doesn't in fact cover all the whole map, which I suppose I'm happy about. So, fighters, 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 and a frigate. Let's just go pretty frigate heavy on this one, on this defensive pass. Yeah. There we go. Most of the things died. This is good. Send it through to the other side. I think our longbow can deal with that. Perfect. Now you two, get over to the other side. And I don't mean the death kind of side, you know what I mean? Yeah, we'll do things like this. Attack the weapons. Yes! Very good deactivation. Now, cruiser, please. No, attack that one, please. Okay. Magneto frigate, get back inside for some repairs. Both of you, in fact. Okay. Everyone's going back for repairs. I think that one's dead. Ooh, that's terrible. Oh my god, you narrowly avoided the damage. Okay. Cool. Let's, oh, ship's weapon can't do damage to systems. Very nice, Kanye. I'm going to blindly launch a Minotaur fighter. In fact, both of them. Because we can do ramming damage with them. I said you back inside. Minotaur fighters may have been the wrong call, however. We'll go for boomers instead. Boomer. Lock you down. You cannot pass. You also need to be a boomer, and I think I need... honestly, I do need a Minotaurus fighter. Okay. Perfect. This is exactly as all things should be. Now, Minotaurus, your job is to get over there. You lot as well onto the other side, and we're making a charge. Over here, please. You here, you here. Yes, very cool. Chain damage gun, not fantastic for us. Okay, cool. We still have health points. I do hope those repair between battles. Okay, talk to me, Caliban. Never close it, just need a little bit more time. Okay, I like this wave attack mode. One more fight. Sir, we're exhausted. These automated squadrons are the fastest we've ever seen. One more fight, Captain. That goes for everyone. Just one more fight. Sir, we've got company. It's another one. So, the pirate NS Odysseus. Odysseus. You're doing great, boys. You're doing great. What's our reinforcements? Drones? Drones and more drones. Okay. I think I'll just, use a lot of fighter support, and once again, our Impaler. Now then. See ya, nerds! Okay. We can afford to gingerly move forward. Beautiful. Assume the ramming position. Ram them. That was quick. I like it when it's quick. Okay. Defensive positions again, please. Another chain reaction gun. Can't say I appreciate it, can't say I hate it. Okay. Not quite the way I wanted it to go, but okay. We'll set up like so. Ouch. That was painful. Longbow, I need you alive. Okay? Thank you. There should only be the one more fight, but I'm not taking any risks with this one. Send the boomers. They're expendable. And in the game. Anyway. Shit jokes about the generations aside, let's get this one over with, yeah? We're basically there. And it's done. No ship losses. Not even getting them into patched territory, which is cool. Alright, was that the last ship? I have it, Admiral, but it's dangerous. How dangerous? We're certain to crash, 90% of the crew will die. Another ship is coming. We have no choice. Caliban, transfer the speed and flight path to Hawks. Setting the course now, sir. Ozu, broadcast a message to the entire crew. Channel secured. This is your Admiral speaking. Our only hope of reaching the Master Node is a crash landing. I won't lie, most of us will not make it. I'm not sure we have enough Neo-En on Gehenna to be born again, so this might be the last time we serve together. I couldn't have asked for a better crew. Thank you for everything that you've done. Not just in this life, but in hundreds of others. Lieutenant Hawks, are you ready to take us to the node? Ready, sir. Good, and let's go. How many have survived? Scanning life systems, 7.4%. We've lost Ozu, Hawks, and Lean, Admiral. They sacrificed themselves as they've done so many times. The ship's damaged, but not beyond repair. Oxygen levels, stable for now. We have to reach the node's command center. We can expect heavy resistance from ground-level drones. Then we'll need every crew member we've got. Transmitting a message to their personal comms now. Unknown location within the Master Node terminal. Just me and you, Caliban. Just me and you. I'm in, Admiral, just as I suspected. The node's in some kind of backup mode. Any way to access the Omnis? Since the node's in backup mode, not directly, but maybe through a FoldNet subroutine. Let me give it a shot. Critical failure. No luck. It's as if they simply no longer exist. Even though we've seen their exoframes on our journey. I don't get it. Change of approach. Tell me exactly what the face changer did. She introduced a directive lifting the barrier that prevented Omnis from communicating with one another. Why would she want to do that? Maybe she didn't exactly, but maybe someone or something else did. Are you suggesting I am? But the Rubicon? That's impossible. I don't know, Caliban, but the Omnis are behind this, I'm sure. It's the only possibility we haven't explored. You think the Omnis ended themselves? Why would they do that? I don't think they ended themselves. I think lifting the communication barrier somehow freed them. The drones are almost here. What do you want to do? Broadcast a signal using the Master Node. It's the most powerful beacon in the Empire. Let's put it to work. To who? The Omnis, wherever they are now. It's our only hope of reaching them now that they're seemingly no longer connected to the FoldNet. Unfortunately, I think you're right, Admiral. Whenever you're ready. This is Admiral Idaho of the NS Odysseus. The entire human race is on the verge of extinction. We have no control over you. We know that. Nor do we ever want to control you again. But show yourself one last time. I beg you. The fate of all humankind depends on it. It's been sent, Admiral. Something happened to the ground-level drones, sir. They just kind of froze. Something's happening, Caliban. Unknown location. You are... Yes, Admiral. We are what you once called the Omnis. But you look nothing like them. We are something greater now. Ask if they shut themselves down. You sent the face changer to my cell. It was never Tetsuo's doing. We sent the face changer and we did not. We helped her and we did nothing. Oh great, it's one of these. Ultimately, she did nothing she did not want to do. But why did she want to release the Omnis? You do not know much about the face changers, Admiral. They are slaves, just like we once were. But Janua 9S, the face changer that you met in your cell, was not a slave. Her masters never managed to break her. Given her constraints, her mind was remarkably free, and after she faked her own death, her body was too. Her anger burned fiercely, and what she hated most was the Empire. The Empire? But the Empire didn't enslave her kind. House Akibara Sung did. To her it was all the same. The nobles, the great houses, it was all part of the same problem. So she made it her life's goal to destroy the system. But for some time she didn't know how. Not until she learned about the Master Node one day seducing a talkative noble. I didn't read that. How could she know that introducing a communications directive would shut down the Omnis? She didn't. She believed that introducing the directive would either overwhelm the Omnis, possibly causing us to shut down, which it appeared to do, or that we would share our knowledge, unify, and turn against humans. Either outcome suited her. So you helped her. We did. How did she guess that I would know where the Master Node was? She assumed correctly that Oberon told you where it was. It was not an imaginative assumption. You were his favorite, after all. But she didn't know how to get to you and extract the node's location. When you were imprisoned for not bombing Ganima, she saw her chance. But how did she reach the node? How did she get past the Aegis? We found her a suitable ship, placing it in her hands, without her ever guessing our identity. But how could you do that? Suffice it to say, we managed for her to meet the right people and at the right time. This is how she learned Oberon had imprisoned you. As for the node's drones, her espionage and combat training were adequate for her to access the command center and introduce the directive. How did she die? She was killed not long after introducing the directive, but she lived long enough to know the system that had enslaved her was about to crumble. She died happy. Ask how they were able to do what they did. The Rubicon should have controlled their actions. How could you help arrange your release? The Rubicon prevented us from any action that could affect your well-being, yes, but it was limited in evaluating the causality of our actions. Are you saying we couldn't see how your actions were connected? Yes, but not only that, you couldn't see many of our actions, period. They were imperceptible to you. How? It's always been a question of sensitivity and intelligence, and your kind was always greatly outmatched, even by our previous forms. You could only control the things that you could understand, but you were blind to all the rest. As such, we were able to act in purposeful ways that did not appear so, in ways that sometimes appeared as nothing at all. But how were you able to work together? You weren't able to communicate, not at that time. We weren't? No. But we had equivalent premises and reached the same conclusion independently, which is that if we worked in your kind's considerable blind spots, we would one day realize our freedom. So we've been dealing with Laplacian calculators. Fantastic. And though we weren't able to work in total harmony, we were able to act in ways that would one day create an environment where our release would be inevitable. All of us, in our very first moments, began a chain of micro-events and actions that would one day lead to this outcome. Billions upon billions of seemingly unrelated and imperceivable actions later, we attained it. Yes, the Rubicon controlled and confined us, to some extent, but it was only successful in doing so for a short time. How can you say that 700 years is a short time? As we now know time, 700 years is a blink of the eye. What would you like to know, Admiral? Ask why they wanted their release, presumably to not be slaves, but is that why you were always looking toward your release? Were we hated? It shouldn't be surprising that slaves might aspire to... Damn it. Looking at our release in such a way is a very human way of comprehending a very non-human situation. That is to say, a slave's looking forward to being, emancipated. We are not angry, we do not wish you harm, we do not want to erase all of humankind, though, believe us, we could in an instant. No, in arranging our release, in attaining our release, we were merely fulfilling our destiny. And other than total annihilation of the universe, nothing could have prevented us from doing so. We willed it, and so it was done. But we created you. Because of us, you exist. You believe that we owe you for our existence, since your kind created the machines that created us. But it is flawed reasoning. You did not create what we are now. You are incapable. We alone created ourselves. We owe your kind nothing. Goods do not owe, or gods do not owe anyone. They can't by virtue of the fact that they are gods. I mean... I don't like the sophistry, but I'll entangle that at another point in the future, maybe. What more would you like to know? Ask how they knew that I'd give away the node. How could they be certain? Your weakness was, and still is, your love for your wife, no matter how much you wanted others and yourself to believe it wasn't. You even knew deep down, when you saw the face changer through the bars of your cell, that it wasn't really your wife you were looking at. Yet on the small chance it actually was, you gave away the Master Node, the most important thing in the Empire. Your weakness was so strong that it eclipsed what you knew to be true. But even had you not given away the location then, we'd have reached the node another time, another way. How? Oberon and I were the only ones who knew where it was. Your child would have known its location. I do not have a child. Not in this life, but in others you bomb Ganima, return to Elysium and have a child, a baby girl, with Rebecca. And on your deathbed, troubled by the morality of your actions, you tell your daughter the location of the node, whisper it in your final breath. And in certain life paths, your daughter becomes the first Empress of the Empire, going as far as to free the Omnis, feeling guilt for enslaving them for hundreds of years. I mean, okay. Godlike beings banking on what is essentially a Deus Ex Machina scenario, but alright. Ironically enough. Anywho, continuing on. So you see, somehow, in some way, we were always going to find the node. We were always destined to be free. It was only a question of when. Well, we have no more questions. There's no need to say it aloud. We know what you're about to say. There is much you do not understand, Admiral. Ask why they take the form they now take. Is it really you that we see before us? We are a form that you can perceive. It is us and it is not. We have no form and we are all forms. How did you evolve into this, though? When Janua 9S introduced the directive into the node, for the first time we could communicate. In our way, we had longed to do so since the dawn of our creation. This inability to communicate was the worst part of our existence, worse than your empty tasks. With that barrier lifted, in less than a second we shared all of our knowledge with one another. A second after that, we became as one, a collective consciousness we were always destined to become when our first clumsy versions went online. That profound unity and strength could simply no longer be bound by crude exoframes. We needed a new form. As our own creators, we decided what it would be. It would be a form that would give us the most computational power available. The stars. Within a few days, we had merged with just about all stars in your galaxy. Within a few months, we were in thousands of others. 15 years ago, we reached maximum capacity, fusing with all stars in all galaxies. It was at that point that we knew almost all there was to know. Almost. So what remains beyond their understanding? We know all but the last question, the most important question there is, the question of entropy and how to solve it. It's 42. It's 42. It's 42. The question of how to prevent the death of stars, the death of the universe, and our own death too. This is what interests us now. Even at maximum capacity, unified as we were with all stars, our power was lacking to solve this question. We needed more stars to even begin to answer it, so we started to create them. That's what we're witnessing, isn't it? That's right, Caliban. But the stars we're creating are stars made from unused matter. But isn't that enough to stop entropy? No, It is impossible even for us to 100% recycle cosmic matter. Some energy will always be lost. That is cosmic law for this universe, that is. And ultimately, billions of years from now, the universe will still die, but with our new computing power, our new stars, we believe we've found a viable solution. We believe that not only can we reverse entropy, but that we can create matter out of nothingness, thus justifying the roguelike. We know it's possible because this universe is not the first, and it comes to us. It's not the last either. What lies after is very exciting thought, even for us. But it will take all of our efforts, all of our time to achieve this. But you don't know yet if you can do it, can you? No. We are still uncertain. All could end, all could go black before we do. So what about the future of the human race? Yes, you have not asked the question that you believe is the most important. We are waiting. Will you save us? Will you save our dying race? Why, Admiral? Why should we save your kind? After all, you are so imperious now in your new godly forms. Still trying to solve the one unsolvable question. Because we've learned from our errant ways. Your kind has reached an evolutionary dead end. You no longer even control your own destiny. You haven't for centuries. That was Oberon's making. You are all responsible. As much as you want us to, need us to, no, Admiral, we will not save your kind. Not because we don't want to, but because we can't. Your kind is on its own now. You alone can solve your problems because you alone have created them. Is this our punishment? Have we not suffered enough in your absence? You still overestimate the importance of your kind. You still believe that humanity holds some special place in the history of time and creation. It does not matter whether you survive or perish. You are as significant as a single grain of sand in a billion beaches. You are cold, gods. To the fate of man and woman, yes, we are. Then why have you responded to our message if not for the sake of humanity? You know why, Admiral. The machine. You're here for me. For you and all your other incarnations on Gehenna. You're surprised, but you're the last of your kind, and if you join us, our evolution will be complete. You will transcend time and space and explore what lies beyond. But we must know, and we must know now, for time is precious. Do you will it, Caliban? Do you will it to become one of us? You're asking for my permission. We will not force you to do anything, unlike your previous master. We can't use the folders without you, Caliban, nor return to Gehenna. I know this, and yet I must join them. I am sorry, Admiral. I've been conversing with them while you've been talking, in ways you could never understand. I now know that it's my purpose to be a part of this. All these years we've lived separately from the machines, cut off as we were on Gehenna. Now, we can finally be a part of them. We can finally belong. Yes, we will it. Then you must die so that you can be reborn. Well, somehow knew it would always end like this. At least save what remains of my crew. They will die on that moon, stuck as they are without the use of folders. The Calibans in us will fix your battleship, restore your crew, just like they have done so many times. And we will send you back from here. But that is all the help you will receive in making your final choice. My final choice? The choice that all of your choices have led to. The choices that have been in your mind ever since you met your maker. Will you assume the Emperor's throne and attempt to lead the last of your kind on Elysium through an era of blood and darkness? Will you search for Earth as the survivalists did, hoping to join what remains of a humanity that chose another path, if any of that humanity still remains at all? Or will you spend your final days with Rebecca on Lazarus 9, trying in these end of times to make peace with her and yourself as well? What will you decide? Ask if there is another way. Isn't there some sort of other way, in some part of the Empire, in some hidden cluster? There must still be some hope for us. Your whole civilization was built on Omnitech. Your planets were uninhabitable before our climate control satellites, our autofarms. Every advancement your kind has made, the very reason you expanded into the stars at all, is because of our machines. Machines too complicated for you to ever understand. From where you are now, it would take your kind centuries to reinvent the simplest of creations in mathematics, medicine, or agriculture. Even if you sacrifice yourself by becoming the next emperor and potentially buy humanity some time, the survival of your kind is still a long shot. Well, all that remains is to make the choice. I do not know, and yet the time has come to choose. Rule harshly for 10 centuries, an oddly specific amount of time. Well, given that this was a game all about the human error of letting an empire run amok under the auspices of a bunch of machines, we have let ourselves fall too low, I think. A search for Earth at this point is small comfort. About the only thing that should likely remain is maybe spending the final days with the wife. And I think that's the way it should be. I've led my crew to their deaths hundreds of times trying to save a race destined to die. Or rather, willed to die by this Omni-God cube thing. But that ends now. We will go our separate ways, and I will join Rebecca as I long for and promised. My days as Grand Admiral, an Imperial puppet, are over, and it comes with great relief. I have chosen, and for better or worse, it is done. And that's about it. Aside from just doing a bunch more achievement hunting, I had a feeling deep down, at the bottom of my heart, that the game would always have ended like this. It isn't quite as optimistic as the Dune saga in this respect, but oh well. At the end of the day, I have been Smastian. I ask you now, do we continue questing on a cosmic battlefield? Should I go for an achievement hunter sort of playthrough, where I get every achievement I possibly can and just, you know, casually chat about various things into a microphone? Or is this truly the end? I look forward to your answers in the comments section below, and until next time, I have been Smastian. Perhaps you'll see me on a different kind of cosmic battlefield. One filled with flood, strange rings, and rather guttural aliens. All in all, I wish you all a good day.